Hey y'all,
Hey y'all.
back again with another episode of Random Convos from the couch.
Yes, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us for another week. We are so excited. Also, y'all, if y'all see like either me or Cody like looking off to the side, it's because we're looking at our monitor and see how we look in the camera. So if you see us looking over, that's what that means.
Check it.
But yeah, so like super happy to be back for another week. A lot of stuff has happened.
A lot of stuff.
Quite a few. So, music. Doja Cat.
Oh yeah, y'all forgive me. We recorded another day different, and so I have to get my mom back on Friday for a second.
Yeah.
Doja Cat dropped Demon.
Friday, yes.
Yeah. The project
It
sounded.
wasn't called Demon. It was called Scarlet.
Was it called Scarlet?
Yes. That was the name of the project. Demon was a song.
You know what's so crazy? The whole time I thought the album was called Demon.
No. So, Doja Cat released an album called Scarlet. And
Yes.
this was actually, I would say, this was her first project where she was just like rapping. She didn't have any features on it.
Nope.
This was like an album she had said was going to be completely different from her previous. If you guys don't know, before the album came out, Doja had got a lot of backlash or whatever because she had just started making posts and basically saying like all the music she had made in the past, she didn't like it.
Yeah.
She never wanted to make the music, and she was like, if y'all fell for it, you are dumb. And people were like, we love you. She was like, I don't love y'all. And people were like, why would y'all say that? And I get why people were upset, but then I also get what she was saying. Like, I don't know you guys. So,
Right.
like, I love that you appreciate my art and you love what I produce and the music that I make, but I don't know y'all to love y'all. You know what I mean? Because, like, the same fans, which I get it too, just like as any celebrity could say, you know, the same fans would be screaming, I love you the minute that you do something, y'all switch up.
Yeah.
And then y'all just be saying shit like y'all started doing with Doja, right? Like, people were such big Doja fans when she said that, they like, well, I don't fuck with her no more.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? So we as a people are flip-floppy, so. But
yeah.
Nonetheless, the project is very good. Doja is extremely talented, and now I'm going to say she's underrated because people know the talent that she has, but I think we don't know what all she's capable of. And this is really cool because I feel like this is probably one of the times where we've been able to really see her showcase her creative artistic ability in a different lane she can go into, as far as like even her visuals, right? So Scarlet, it was like her dressed in like a lot of like covered in blood, like it's kind of giving like Carrie.
Yeah, that's
you
the
know
way
what I mean?
of putting it. Yeah.
If you guys don't know what Carrie is, it's a horror movie where this girl, she was teased in school and she went to a school dance and people embarrassed her by pouring pig's blood on her, but they didn't know she was like a witch.
Right.
And she
got their ass.
She killed all the motherfuckers in that school, okay?
Yeah.
Locked all the doors, set the school on fire. Anyway, great movie. Nonetheless, though, this was really good. I really liked the singles that she put out. Aside from the last one, the one started with the B, I wasn't too big of a fan on that one.
What's started with a B?
It's like, I think it's like the last song on the project.
Oh, you're not talking about the What You Mean freestyle, right?
No, it's the one she released before the album came out. It's called like Balut. You know what I'm talking about?
Hold on. Give me a sec. Oh, Balut.
Yeah,
Oh,
I didn't really care for that one. That was cool. But
Yeah.
I love Paint the Town Red, right? Bitch, I said what I said. Right? Super good.
Yeah.
Even Demon, like, the Demon, Cody had showed me the music video. Not gonna lie, it did kind of freak me out a little bit because I don't like horror movies or anything scary, but I did appreciate her artistic ability because I was like, wow, this is really different. And she executed it very well.
Yeah, for me, I had listened to it as soon as it had came out, and but you know how there's albums where you can't wait till they release, but then there's some albums like you just know for a fucking fact they're gonna be good. This is one of those projects.
Yeah, Cody said that Doja Cat's album is like one of the best albums of the year.
Yeah.
Or if not like the top so far.
Yeah, one for her career. This is probably my favorite release from her. like, because I think she comes out every 2 years. Because Hot Pink was 2019.
Play That Heart was the last one.
Was 2021 and 2023 and stuff like that. But I will say I do appreciate this project. Just because of the fact that this was all her. She's like directing her own music videos.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, I think she directed. Her and somebody else did the.
Did she do majority? I think she did majority of the writing on it too.
Of course, yeah. And then, but shout out to a lot of people. Jay Versace had a lot of, songs produced on there. What's his name? London on the track. Da got that dope. DA
You got
got that dope.
You got some songs on there you like?
Oh, of course. Yeah. If we go to my phone, pretty much the whole album.
You like?
Yeah, the whole album. And I haven't just listening to it just like on a loop, basically, because but I always. But it's so crazy. I do feel bad because I kind of fell into that whole like, oh, I don't really like you, but but I think I'm afforded a couple of artists that the people don't like their character, but the music is good. Like if somebody said, hey, I like the baby, if you like that music, if you like his music, you like his music.
It's crazy you mention that because I know I brought up to you a few days ago. This wasn't even like on the outline or anything but we've mentioned it before. There are a lot of times where social media is cool, but then social media can also be a detriment to a lot of people. And when it comes to us being consumers and being fans of certain artists' music and finding their social media, and when they then let us into their personal lives, unfortunately, majority of the time, you wish they never brought you in. Just because the simple fact, you realize like people are completely different from the artist, their persona, right? Me and you were talking about the whole Nicki Minaj thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, I will give Nicki her flowers.
Yeah.
She is extremely talented, right? We know she can rap. We know she has the wordplay, whatever.
Right.
We know that she did break barriers for a lot of the now female artists in the rap industry, as far as like different things they're doing, as far as like transitioning from like straight rap to like pop, or even now a lot of rappers are getting all these major brand deals, or even collaborating with luxury labels, right?
Yeah.
Which is great. It's cool, and I love that Nicki did do that. But then on the flip side, I hate like seeing how she acts with her antics, because it's like, you are way too old to be acting like this. Like, you are, if not 40, we're damn near 40.
No. I think she's in her 40s now. I think.
And then what's even crazier,
let's
you beefing with young 20, like girls in their 20s.
That's when I mentioned how I'm not really. Oh yeah, she's 44. She's turning 41 this year.
So the age of Beyonce.
Yeah. But the crazy part is that that's the reason why when we talked on the last episode, like that record, you like, what you think of it? Like, I'm like, well, one, I like the beat, but I'm like, but she doesn't have to rap like this, because I'm tired of hearing you about like, oh, you bitches is my son. I know that's your persona, but after a while,
what's always interesting to me too is like, she said like, these bitches are her sons, but it's like, Nicki, no one's even talking about you in a negative light. And I told you what I feel like. The thing with Nicki Minaj is, I feel like the women she beefs with is the ones that she knows has the potential to surpass her, as far as not even being like a better rapper, but surpass her as far as,
it's almost like they gave the torch without her,
or just being just like a better, like a bigger name, holds more weight, right? Because let's be honest, granted, we know that Cardi has broken records, but we know she hasn't, breaking as many records as Nicki Minaj loves to toss out, as far as things she shattered or whatever. We know she's not
read the records,
right? You know what I mean? We know that, but outside of rap, Cardi has just as much weight, or if not bigger, than Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Brands want to work with Cardi.
And she is marketable.
And Cardi is in a transition to where pretty soon she'll be bigger than rap.
Yeah.
And and she's gonna become one of those artists where when she drops, everyone's gonna go crazy.
Yeah, because
not because she's a great rapper, just because of who she is.
Yeah, because her like when her video dropped, like I love how she does her thing because hey y'all, this song's coming out. The video's coming out with the song. We go to YouTube.
Cardi, I do like the fact when she releases a song, she releases the visuals
at
the same time.
Yeah, and then people, so you can watch the video first before you can even go to Apple Music or whatever like that, and everything. And then the videos be fired. So just from that, I think we gotten to see to the part where it's like, okay, we get it from Nicki, but then now we have more to choose from.
Even and y'all, this is not going to be like a Nicki rant. Don't want to talk to us for a really long time. And the last thing, like even like with her and Megan, right? Why are you beefing with that girl when with the whole situation with Megan going on with Tory, and then when Nicki Minaj released that song Red Ruby to Sleeves, and she was like, excuse me, she's like, I fucked with horses since Christopher Reeves. Girl, what? You are 40 talking about Meg Thee Stallion while this girl is over here trying to get her life together, from the backlash or the naysayers coming at her regarding the whole Tory situation. And then you want to add, salt to the wound by now throwing your, like, subliminal shots. And it's like, what did she do to you? Oh, you don't like the fact that she's friends with Cardi? Like, I'm confused. I'm really confused. Like it's like it literally doesn't make any sense to me. But off Nicki Minaj, nonetheless, Doja Cat's project is fantastic.
Yeah, fantastic.
Congratulations, Doja.
For real. Yeah, look.
You have any music come out?
Well,
no.
I didn't add too much other than maybe a song or something like that.
Oh yeah, because Cody said too. Drake was supposed to come out, but he didn't because of Doja.
No, I don't know if it was because of Doja. I'm just saying I'm happy. No. I made it as a joke. I was thinking like, but you know what? Here's the thing. She's not. Well, I don't want to say because I mean, if I had 50,000 type of streams, it'd be amazing type of thing right now. But I think she's there. I don't know if it's an official thing. They're talking about she's on for like 50,000 units first week.
Which is kind of low, right?
Which is kind of low, especially with the artists of our caliber. I guess that.
Do we know like what that is comparison to her previous albums? Because
I don't know. Only reason why
it might be on par.
I think I'm just not. This is the reason why I hate the internet, y'all. Because if she does that, which is 50,000 your first week, compared to what type of artist you are, I don't know her label situation. I don't know if she's signed to a major or anything like that. But at the end of the day, I think a lot of people are going to use this as a win. But
also too, though, I feel like people forget about Doja Cat. Her records play a long time.
Oh,
so
she's
like her songs. Oh. Her song, what?
Oh no, was it Kimo Sabi Records? There's only 3 artists: her, Becky G, and Kesha.
Oh, okay.
And they have a deal with RCA, so there may be like a smaller
but like
thing. But it's regardless.
But Doja's music has longevity.
It does.
So people are gonna like, cause that one song that's been going now, it's called like Something Heals. That's a very catchy song. And she's
Agora Hills?
Yeah, she sounds like a white girl rapping. So the white people will eat that shit up.
Yeah.
So it'll be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Onto a positive note though, regarding music that just came out today, Usher is going to be performing at the Super Bowl halftime show.
I am so happy. I'm not gonna lie, boo. I think I'm more excited for Usher than I was for like maybe Rihanna. Not to say, because I know Rihanna was gonna kill it. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's the fact that this makes sense.
Do you think they did it because of the fact that people have been saying for like after Rihanna or even before Rihanna performed, when they were talking about like who should be in the Super Bowl, and people have said Usher for a minute. Like,
yeah, they have, but I think because of Vegas, because I told you the Super Bowl's in Vegas this year, and plus his residency is in Vegas. So if you have to think about it, because here's the thing. If you're gonna do Vegas for an event like say a Super Bowl, All-Star Weekend, or WrestleMania or whatever, you're gonna want to have to make it like the city. Mm-hmm. So if we watch the Super Bowl, if you look at the logo, it's like Arizona. It was where it was at last year. Yeah, it's like the Super Bowl, whatever, and then they try to put like the colors with like a red, a turquoise, and all the other shit. They kind of theme in a little bit. and you want to get people who are on there. So here's the thing: they're probably gonna have a lot of people that like Carrot Top or what's my man's name, Dean.
Not Carrot Top. I ain't heard that name.
I know David Copperfield. I don't know. I don't know who's all in Vegas right now. I ain't been to Vegas. We was talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
And I like the show was Vegas. But at the end of the day, I think that this was the perfect fit for them. He
you
did.
think they'll have any surprise guests?
I would hope so. I would hope he would have. You know what I see him doing?
Bring a Lil Jon.
Yes, because Lil Jon's in Vegas right now.
Oh.
That's what I was going to say. He's He's literally like a Vegas DJ. Like he be at the Palms
Oh, I was just thinking
pool.
because
Turned down for what?
yeah. Well, I was thinking because of like not make that he makes like EDM music, but he makes the like crunk turn up music, so I feel like that'd be really good.
Yeah, I think. Plus, they got to do. Yeah, hopefully we get Luda on stage too.
Ah.
Just saying. But
yeah. Do you think he would bring any like? Has he had any other than like like in Little John? Has he had any other like really big singles with another artist?
Let's see. Well, I can count this. Pharrell. Well, he did. I'm just talking about like them
like
doing the
featured,
beat. I know,
like,
but that's what I'm saying.
So no.
No. I think he does. Let's see. I know he's not gonna. Dang, it would be kind of crazy. What if he did "Loving This Club Part 2" with Beyonce?
God,
That'd be
no.
crazy.
That's too slow anyway.
No, I know, but I want to say he does have some. I mean, he probably for all we know, he probably gonna bring out Justin Bieber. Justin was.
Oh yeah, he could bring out some JT. I'm gonna say JT, some JB.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be really kind of cool.
Yeah, because
but we know Justin Bieber be there. I wonder if they're still on good terms.
I don't know. I don't know their stands today, but then, and then also, he probably bring out Will I Am, Oh My God, probably get on there and stuff like that. I'm trying to think of because that's a good question, because normally a lot of the songs that well, he ain't bringing out no R. Kelly for Same Girl.
I don't think he bring out
and
Nicki
Alicia
Minaj.
Keys.
He had that Nicki Minaj song. Didn't he have a song with Nicki Minaj?
Oh, she came to give it to you. Is that the one?
I guess, I don't know. Never mind. But
dang.
some more new music news. Well, this is kind of some drama, but apparently it was kind of misconstrued. Tinashe and Chris Brown.
Oh yes. Okay. I have some thoughts on this.
Okay. So do you want to give the original background?
you give the background, and I'm going to give my thoughts. How about that?
Okay. So I don't really know all the background per se, but from what I know, so Tinashe had did a podcast, and I guess they asked her about artists that she regretted working with in the past.
Yeah,
or that she did a song.
I think the host, and I only because I totally forgot to watch the video right before we did this, but I think the host of the show was saying like, do you regret doing songs with like R. Kelly and Chris Brown? I think he said those two names.
So he mentioned. Well, so he mentioned this.
Yeah, and then that's what she was like.
Okay, so him even doing that is really messy. I can understand R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Because he's in jail, but for you to just single-handedly just call out Chris Brown like that's
True.
really messy as a podcaster, by the way, or interviewer.
Yeah.
Nonetheless. But yeah, of course she said, obviously R. Kelly.
Because she was young.
Right, and then I guess she said the song with Chris Brown, I guess how it came about with him. And by the way, I didn't even know they had a song together. So
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I didn't either. I'm not even on front.
Already, it was a flop.
And they shot a video and everything.
Yeah, I didn't even know they had that. But she had said, I guess the label at the time, they wanted to pair her with their other big artists. And Chris Brown, big artist at the time, she's new and upcoming. And so I guess they thought it would pop. It didn't. Well, and I guess that kind of circulated the internet. And so Chris Brown responded. And I don't know what he said, but I know for a fact he was like, name 5 Tinashe songs.
Which, I'll let you finish because I got
Which I'm not gonna lie, Chris Brown is so petty for this, because you can tell when this nigga get offended. Because remember, it was kind of given, who the fuck is Robert Glasper?
Yeah, I was actually gonna say that. Okay, first of all, this is my thing. One, I don't like when people do that, and I may have done that before. I'm not gonna lie, because even sometimes I gotta look at like, damn, that was kind of dumb, whatever. I hate when people ask, name 5 songs of somebody, because at the end of the day, what does that actually do? If you think about it,
I guess it kind of shows people, well, I know their songs, like they have well known.
But because they only Okay, because maybe for me, I feel like the only time people do that, and the only reason why I feel like it is whack is because you remember when you would like say if you get graffiti from like Target or Hot Topic or something like that, and it'd be like say Rolling Stones, Nirvana, and all these other groups and or whatever, and then people will be walking up to it and be like, name a song from that group because they'd be mad that they're fans of this person and you're wearing their shirt. Like you shouldn't be wearing their shirt. Only it should be for fans. Like people think like that, and they only do that to women. I've noticed that like women only the ones that get that because it's like you don't know no Rolling Stone songs like shit like that. But the thing about it is the people who be asking that question they don't know 5 songs themselves. So are you doing it for informational reasons?
Well, no, obviously they're doing it to be like Petty was like, well, at least people know who I am.
That's true.
Because I think what it was kind of circulating saying like I was on this record with you. And it still didn't pop off.
Okay.
And normally, too, if everyone knows, if a person has a feature with Chris Brown, more than likely it will get some type of traction.
Depending on the record and depending on the song itself.
Or if it just sounds good.
That's true.
Because Chris could have just did the feature.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I first of all, I don't understand. Maybe because the host did ask specifically on that, so I would say it just didn't go that way. But I'm not gonna be mad at Tinashe for answering the question. Like she could have just said something and kind of just be like, oh, big up, light. But then it's also like you gotta understand, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. She's gonna get backlash regardless. Because if she would have shown love to him, she would have got backlash for that.
It sucks because Tinashe is a pretty girl, but I just don't really see her career taking off. And it's so sad. She gives me, and again, this is another talented girl. She gives me like Normani. You know what I mean? Like girls that you want to make it, but it's like they just can't seem to like catch that big break. Because even Normani, right? She had the big Cardi feature. Wild Side was a good song.
It was.
It didn't go anywhere.
Unfortunately, yeah.
I remember even before the big Cardi feature, Normani had a song a few years ago with Black. I loved it. It didn't go anywhere.
But and I think we also set expectations for artists ourselves.
What you mean? Like,
what if it's like, certain people, we only see the success of certain people because you like Beyonce, like Jay-Z. We know they sell millions of records and stuff like that. So anybody that is doing the same thing they're doing as in music and they don't get to a certain level, the first thing we will say just because we want to be included or whatever, oh, you didn't sell as much or you didn't do as much of your concert. We always target that because it's public information basically. But at the end of the day, what if it's like she, of course, would she love to sell the same amount of records as Chris? Of course. But if she don't do it, that's not really, to me, a loss. It's just... I
mean, it's not really a loss, but I'm sure she would want her career to be bigger
of course. Than what it is. Yeah, but then again, it's like...
I really don't like...
But not everybody's going to be able to make it like that.
But we all know they want to.
Of course. I know that. But the only thing is, I think...
You wouldn't branch out, especially like Normani. You wouldn't branch out from a girl group to go solo if you didn't think that you could succeed at it.
But it may not even been her. You know how with groups...
Well, I mean, true. Okay, so it might have been you. So even if it wasn't been you and the group broke up and let's say you didn't want to, you still continued to pursue music. So meaning you wanted to be something. Because if not, you would have just stopped.
Yeah, or we also don't know their contract. What if it's like, well, we locked you in for like 10 years. So regardless of anything. I did think it was weak for him to say the name the 5 Tinashe songs. Because at that
point,
Chris
Brown is petty.
Yeah, he is. Because ever since the Robert Glasper thing, didn't he even say this? He said the same thing for him in a way, right? He had a bunch of tweets.
Chris Brown is definitely the example of when they say artists are sensitive about their shit.
Yeah.
He's one of the niggas.
I got you. But also, he could also deny the feature. Real quick off that, it didn't help the situation that Joyner Lucas decided to just jump in the shit.
Yeah, no one asked for your...
Yeah, and here's the thing. This is bad. Like I mentioned earlier, I do think if you ask someone to name 5 songs of an artist, whatever, I do think it's whack. However, I could probably name you 5 Tinashe songs faster than I can name you 5 Joyner Lucas songs. Because it's like, bro, I'm sure Chris is fine. He doesn't need your help. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand, And then on top of that, what this nigga in the beef with like Tory Lanez and stuff like this, like...
What's next on the topic?
All right.
We are almost at 30 minutes.
Well, hold on. You got to also catch. keep in mind, y'all, we probably have 10 minutes of of the thing recorded.
No, it's not. But go to the next topic.
All right. Well, let's kind of get off like them, and we'll get on to actually. Let's just talk about this real quick because I just want to. I don't want to make sure we miss this.
Okay.
Columbus Short.
Okay.
Y'all, so Columbus Short had told us a story about how he named one of his sons Denzel. So
He didn't tell us specifically.
well, not us specifically, but when I say us, is like he answered the question.
He
but
was on the podcast.
of course, but when he decided to give us, even if it's the truth,
It is the truth because that nigga ain't no way you can make that shit up.
right? I wish he would have just still kept this in the drafts.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you may have to help me on this part because I know the ending, but like the middle is kind of crazy. So, was he on the set of The Great Debaters?
Yeah, they work together.
You know what's so crazy? He's not even in that movie. So he must have got kicked off. Maybe they had to recast him or something like that because he wasn't. He's not even.
I thought whatever movie they worked in, but tell the story.
Oh yeah, and he felt like
You didn't even tell them who it was.
Oh, I was getting to it. The
Oh.
person who decided to talk to him and kind of like, I guess in Columbus Short's mind, belittle him was Denzel, right?
Washington.
Yes. Yeah, and you know what's so crazy? You know how like you
No,
can.
I don't think you told them what it was.
Okay, go
'Cause
ahead.
I feel like you kind of jumping around. So basically, y'all, what Cody's trying to say, Columbus Short did a podcast in which they were talking about, I guess, Denzel Washington, and then he got on to the topic about, I named my son after him. And they were like, oh, what made you name your son after him? And so he basically gave a situation in which him and Denzel were working together, and I guess he was talking to Denzel or whatever, and Denzel kind of sunned him. He didn't like how he made him feel. So he was like, okay, bet when I have a baby,
And it's a boy.
yeah, when I have a baby, I'm gonna name my kid after him, right? Like he was like, my thought was, nah, nigga, I'm son you, nigga, you my little nigga, you know what I mean? And when he said that, that was the oddest shit to say because it's like you basically submitted, you named your kid this name out of spite out of another nigga who more than likely is not even checking for your ass. And so it's like
He's too busy doing
but
equalizers.
it's like your ego was that hurt that you was like, I'm gonna name my son after you because you son me, like you made me feel like a little nigga, so I'm gonna name my son, yeah, you my little nigga. Like that's weird as fuck, bro. He has issues.
I bet 50 Cent is looking at that clip. It's like, damn, I could have just named my little nigga Jeffrey. Ja Rule.
Oh god.
Because that's something I think petty enough that 50 would
I don't
do.
think 50 Cent has ever been worried about Ja Rule. He ain't scared of him.
No, he's not scared of him. But any chance he get, he bought like the whole show, like the Ja Rule's doing a show, and he bought all the tickets. So like Ja Rule probably looked at it
that
as
was like years ago. He did that again.
no. I'm just saying if he can do
okay.
something like that,
Because he's petty.
he will do something like name his son
Because
Jeffrey.
he'll do everything to him. Yeah, he's gonna do that to embarrass Ja
He
Rule.
just dissed Banks and Buck on his tour. Like he's like, hey, I wonder if they going to the Lloyd Banks concert, or they checking for Buck right now. So yeah, he's petty. But that's some bullshit, Columbus. First of all, your name is Columbus, so I think that naming your son Denzel was actually kind of a step up to
And
what
that
you
is
probably.
his real name.
Yeah.
Birth.
Yes.
Crazy. And he's like a junior.
Yeah. Well, you call yourself CJ,
He wants to go by Columbus.
Columbus. You know what's so crazy? That is gotta be the whitest name for a brother. And my name is Cody. So keep that in mind. Like that. That
That
is.
just sounds like a slave name.
Yeah. That is not.
Let's be honest.
Columbus.
Yeah.
Columbus.
It just gives slavery to me. Because, it just gives you back in time.
And he's not. You sure he's not biracial?
Does he look biracial?
No, but I'm just saying, like,
Even if he was, would that make it better?
I really gotta know how the hell did you come up with that? Was that the city he was born in? I don't even think so.
That's not relevant.
It's not relevant.
What's the next topic?
Okay, so couples have been splitting up like I don't know what lately. So
Yes.
we've been having so Jeezy is divorced his wife. He filed for divorce.
No, he hasn't divorced her.
Okay, hold on. He filed for divorce.
Correct.
That's why I really went in, but it's the fact that he filed for divorce over
So and then
I don't know her
allegedly
name.
the reason why
G-Man.
he filed a divorce is because their family values and things have changed. A few things is
Didn't she move the family in?
yeah, that's one of them. So one of them is that Jeezy likes his privacy. He likes, having a private life. And Jenny Mai, she's kind of like an influencer,
Mhm.
right? So she wants to be in front of the camera. She wants to take pictures. He don't want to be doing all that. This is like from a source I saw. That's one of the
And
things.
he didn't know that before he got married. I'm just saying. I mean, it's been 2 years.
But maybe he thought she would settle down. But
thought.
so another one is like what Cody said, like she's basically moved the family in. So I guess the mom has been living with them, I guess, since the baby's been born, and now her brother's moved in.
Yeah, they said that the house probably looked like scenes from Rush Hour.
But so it's like I can understand that. It's like I'm taking care of your family, like what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so it's like a many different things or whatever, but definitely do wish them the best. It came out that Chanel and Iman have separated.
Chanel and Iman.
I mean,
oh, you said that's the old girl's name. Tiana
Taylor.
Taylor.
Tiana Taylor and Iman. My damn. My bad.
My damn.
Yeah, they're not divorced, but they're separated.
Yeah.
A big one though. Didn't another big one just come out?
Yeah, Papoose and Remy Ma. Now, because in a little bit in my lane, as a battle rap fan, I thought this was just one of them rumors. I've heard a bunch of rumors
Y'all, the nigga
in battle rap.
She's allegedly cheating on.
Well, hold on. Let me explain it. Okay. Now, to you guys, if you are someone who watched the show Bel Air, love that show on Peacock, season 1. Basically, he was Rashad, the dude that was like the gangster in Philly, and do that. So I'm just giving you guys the visual. But his rapper name in real life is Easy the Block Captain.
And mind you, the first time I heard this man's name has nothing to do with Remy. This was like months ago.
Well, no, it's actually maybe a couple years ago.
Oh, sorry.
So he's newer to a bigger crowd.
Y'all, that is the dumbest rap name.
Easy the Block Captain is his name.
Like, what the fuck is that? You're the block captain? You're not even the head nigga. Granted, you're the block captain, but the head nigga wouldn't even be on the block. You know what I mean? He'd be at home.
Oh my God! Look, I'm not trying to.
It's a dumbass name, but hearing this story, y'all, was so heartbreaking. Go ahead, babe.
Well, the story itself. I thought you said his story. I'm like, what about? Okay, anyway. So at first there was rumors months ago that Remy Ma and Easy Block Captain, because that's her man. Like she's managing him because she has a rap league, battle rap league called Crumb 23. And she's, he's done main events and everything. When they do press together, like the Joe Budden podcast, all these things. But people said that they possibly could be dating. Like basically she's cheating on Papoose, her husband.
Oh, so I didn't know that she was managing him.
Oh yeah. So I didn't. So when it was the episode of See the Thing Is with her and Tammy, I want to say.
Okay.
And
so she doesn't rap anymore.
But I'm not saying she's focusing on this. I'm not saying she's retired. She'll do some bars or whatever, but she's mainly doing this, which is great for her because that's what she is. She's a battle rapper. So she has her own league, but then she brought Easy to do a battle with Hitman Holla, and then shortly after she was saying in interviews and stuff that she's managing him. So she is managing him. So any business for Easy the Black Captain goes through her. Mm-hmm. So also, I think a lot of people probably took it as like, okay, maybe they dating because they're really close. Like you got all these you have a whole league and you don't bring all it's actually a female battle rap league, which is crazy. You don't bring the females with you everywhere, to like all these interviews and all these press and everything like that. So it's crazy. Well, all of a sudden, when I had told you that, I'm thinking, this is probably a battle rap rumor, whatever. Well, they had a battle, which is Easy the Block Captain went against Geechee Gotti, which is a well-known battle rapper from the West Coast. In the third round from Geechee's round, too many names. So we got some names on this motherfucker.
Yeah.
God damn, girl. Y'all got some names on that.
He basically made a round talking about like you cheated on Papoose with this nigga, you know, like at all that. And on top of that, it's a little
And she
worse.
wasn't even in the battle.
Yeah, she was just the host of the battle, you know, which is crazy. Started targeting her, and so here's the crazy part. She was in jail for 6 years, and Papoose was married to her before she went in, and he held her down for that time. And normally when we hear about these situations, it's the woman holding the man down, because it's always like, you know, why she gotta hold him down, because you know a man wouldn't do it. Mm-hmm. However, in this case it happened. And then, you know, this whole black love and all that type of stuff. And then lately people have been noticing that she didn't post him on Father's Day, like make a post about it. Mm-hmm. Or if she did, it was just the kids, it wasn't the actual father in there. Mm-hmm. They, you know, seem distant lately. They know, because if you see them together. Mm-hmm. And now it's basically the stuff that she will be doing with Papoose, she's doing it with Easy the Block Captain. So there may be that the rumors have been, you know, said that they've been splitting up and shit like that.
And even if it's true, I think also people need to understand Remy does have the option, if she wants to change her mind and say, you know what, I'm no longer happy.
This is not working for me anymore.
Yeah, she could definitely do that. Like, it's just how she's going about it, right? Like, if he, like, since he did hold you down, it would be really messed up if you ended up cheating on that man. Yeah. Instead of just actually having a conversation.
Like, I can't do this with you.
And just break it up. You know what I mean? Like, because no one's saying, like, you had to be with Papoose forever just because he held you down. Yeah. Like, that's not at all. But it's like, if it's true, it's like, damn, like, you know, you did preach about all this black love and you end up cheating on this man that, from our eye in the public, was nothing but a doting, supportive, loving husband to you. Mm-hmm. And he supported you, and like Cody said, held you down while you were in prison. Yeah. And he still remained by your side. So that would be really fucked up if it's true, which I hope it's not.
I hope it's not either, but, you know, who knows?
And then also, too, the guy, Easy, he's not exactly helping the situation.
Oh, because he's talking like the Tasha K and all that?
Yeah, because, like, instead of just coming out denying it, you're like, more will be revealed soon. You know what's crazy? What? Like, why are you dragging it out?
Last thing, and we'll get off this. I've been hearing a lot of... Okay, what I really am trying to say is, I wouldn't put it past him to actually do this, because the way that he moves, because...
And he's not even cute. I mean, neither is Papoose really, but still.
Yeah, right. But, so here's the thing. So he was in a battle rap group, basically, with, you know, Sue Surf, you know him. You've heard of Tay Rock. And some other people, and they had this thing called Gun Titles. You know, he was one of the members in there and stuff. And then, like, he just, like, stopped being with them, and then it's like, I'm not part of them no more, but he didn't ever talk to them. Mm-hmm. And then he also has a podcast. He does with another battle rapper. And then the battle rapper, they was getting ready to go live, like, in 10 minutes, and he basically was like, yo, the show's over. And he didn't even tell that person that. So it's almost like the way he be moving, like, he, you know, he just, you know, whatever. That's what I've been hearing. I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't put it past the situation to him applying pressure, if you will. Okay. So yeah. So another last thing we can mention, you guys, because, you know, I know we had talked about female rappers earlier, but it's the fact that we didn't know until today, actually, that a lot of female rappers have been Grammy winners. Now, don't get me wrong, we knew we knew about Lauryn Hill, you know, has one of the biggest Grammys of all time, you know, especially from the album that she did, that solo album. And then we knew.
I mean, it's not the biggest Grammys, but it's a biggest for our female rappers.
Oh yes, at the time, like yes, because at the time that wasn't heard of, you know. Yes. So they'll talk about that, and then also we knew obviously about Cardi because she wanted her first album, as well as we know about Megan because she was the most recent. Mm-hmm. But come to find out today, we actually found out there was more. Now, don't get me wrong, it's just because they never talk about it or they never really mention it enough to the point where we all know about it because we only knew about it. Here's the thing.
I think they only talked about Lauryn.
Yeah, because I think the reason why we know about that is because Nicki Minaj just never won a Grammy. Mm-hmm. And I think they always was like, oh, she's supposed to be the next one. Yeah, not realizing that we found out today that Queen Latifah has a Grammy for UNITY in 1995. Left Eye, but of course, I guess that counts by affiliation. Of course, Missy Elliott has the most out of all these women I'm naming right now, and Little Kim for that one song.
Yeah, Lady Monologue. So
yes.
It was like Left Eye for TLC songs. Like Cody said, Missy Elliott. Little Kim, Eve had one.
Oh yes, Let Me Blow Your Mind. I forgot about that, and I love Eve. Yeah.
Who else was on there? Salt and Pepper.
Yeah.
They were on there, and it was just like, wow, all these female MCs have won Grammys, but they never talk about them. All we just talk about was Lauren.
Yeah, we never and I'm talking about to a sense that not just themselves, but we talking about if something was to happen in the news, and then it'd be rapper this, rapper Eve, rapper Missy. They're not saying Grammy winner. You know how they do for a lot of artists, multi-time, all these things. We never realized that. And because here's the thing, a lot of these award shows, I mean, we're not gonna know it to that point. We have to look online.
Too, aside from Queen Latifah, well, no, not really. I guess some of them records too, the rappers, the females that actually won the Grammys were featuring white people. Lady Monologue.
Yeah, well, it was a big pop record. Who else?
Let Me Blow Your Mind. Gwen Stefani and Eve.
Yeah, but that's true. And plus, because I know Dre did the beat and everything, and but you got to understand, we have our crowd, but we don't get represented enough to the point where we have to represent ourselves.
Yeah.
And when it comes to, basically it's a lot more white people on earth, and they're gonna enjoy music. And so if it could end up on commercials, those movies we watched back in the day, all those type of things. Because Eminem is a multi-time but they love him, so it's just when they do stuff like that, it's easy for them to catch on. So that's a good point. I didn't even think about that with those records. The only one it would be Missy, because Missy is just the overall artist, and Queen Latifah. Because that song was a empowering song. She performed it with Living Color.
She also performed it too recently on the 50 Years of Hip Hop.
Living Single. I don't know why I said Living Color. That's the wrong show. Too many living.
And so we can go ahead and just get to Can You Believe This Shit?
Yeah.
You said you had one.
Oh yeah. Real brief. Waiting for it to. Oh, sorry.
Pull up.
Yeah, actually. Pull up on me. Man hides meth in McDonald's Egg McMuffin. Now I don't have an actual article, but it's it was the fact that
Did he work at McDonald's?
No, so so he got pulled over. This was in what's the city? Damn. Well, it don't even matter. But this happened in Oklahoma. So he got pulled over and
wow, people just love to make Oklahoma just look so bad. It's it's one thing to get, really no city really likes to be in the news for bad shit or whatever. It's unfortunately, it's typical for the killings and the shootings. But when it's dumb shit like hiding meth in a McMuffin, why the hell do we make the news for that?
Mind you, she's talking about the state, because in this case, you get. Yes, he was. That's what I'm trying to say.
Dumb shit, dumb criminal shit. Right. Bro, what?
So he was. So the dog,
must have been a slow ass news. I also think that as well too, because that could not have been the biggest fucking story of the day. Is that where a man hid the meth?
Catoosa police say K-9 Major Melton deserves all the credit. They say while Melton was sniffing around the car, he sniffed right past the smell of egg and cheese and found meth.
He just gotten breakfast.
Because did they report the ladies, the one that be putting the drugs up shooting them up their bodies too? We don't hear stories about that.
That's true. Catoosa, Oklahoma. That's the name of the city. So the dog sniffed it. So in the bag, he had some sandwiches, and one of them was an egg and cheese McMuffin. And in this case, it was a meth McMuffin. Name of the episode.
Meth McMuffin. It's horrible.
Right. And then they continued the search. They found more meth.
They say Raper had more meth hidden in his pocket, a lot of cash, and marijuana in the car.
Like everything was good until it wasn't, because the dog sniffed it and everything. Then they had the picture, and it's real. And the thing about it is, it was all right.
All the drugs though, why gotta be meth? Why can't it be weed, bro? Like, cause all it just made me think of how they think some stuff when we hear crimes at Oklahoma.
Right.
It's like, wow, we are really feeding into the stereotype.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Because Oklahoma has the most
the biggest
meth labs
and drugs.
Yeah, I think
it's given Oregon. You
I
know
think
how Oregon, Oregon, like cocaine and meth and shit is legal there.
Yeah,
that's what it's given here. Like, because why the fuck again had to be a slow ass news day? Why the hell is that the news, bro?
Because it's a can you believe it? So it can be on our pod.
Why are white men in Oklahoma? Why y'all putting meth in a McMuffin?
Well, it does. You know, Breaking Bad was probably the highest view show next to Yellowstone instead of Oklahoma. So,
because we all some drug addicts.
But you know what's so crazy? I think. Hold on. I'm gonna Google it, but it's whatever. But Catoosa, I think, is up to Tulsa. Tulsa is the third. It was the third. I remember they reported it was the third largest meth labs and stuff like that. I'm like, damn. I think I posted about like, why we gotta, come on, Tulsa. Come on, 918.
We ain't never in the news for shit good. We in the news for meth and having.
We ain't never had nothing good. The only thing we ever get is good is when they want to talk about Shannon Miller, the gymnastics girl, the Olympian, Oklahoma football, and maybe some thunder, and that's about it. Oh, and tornadoes. That's it. Oh, country music. We don't ever, outside of that, that's our only positives. And it happens every so often. But when it comes to meth, we always front news about that.
Y'all, it's just fucked up. Like, even here, like yesterday, they had a damn shooting at the fair.
At the fair, y'all. At the fair. We walked through metal detectors. And just like Remy Ma, they walked around metal detectors.
Walked around the metal detectors.
You remember that from Lean Bad? Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna wrap this up.
Damn, you couldn't even let me get my shit.
You tried to get it.
I tried.
Okay.
That's right.
All
right,
thank y'all so much for tuning in, y'all.
Of course.
To another episode. We love that you guys continue to listen to us and support us. Tell your friends, tell your family about us.
Because everybody knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. So until next time, y'all. Bye.